Company Showcase, Wellvii. Mark Khachaturian, PhD, CEO at Wellvii.
Thank you very much, folks. I'm Mark Khachaturian, the CEO of Wellvii. At Wellvii, we're tackling the problem of blood pressure monitoring. The arm cuff has been the standard of care for the last 150 years. Traditional blood pressure monitors are out of date. They're painful and they lead to low patient compliance. At Wellvii, we've developed a blood pressure cuff that goes on your finger, fits in the palm of your hand, and it is as accurate as the arm cuff, price competitive, FDA cleared, and much, much easier to use and more comfortable. Qualifies for the reimbursement, CPT codes 454 and 457, which enable up to $1,700 per patient per year. And the immediate opportunity is gargantuan. We're focusing on the US and some select markets, as you'll see. And this technology that I have here replaces the arm cuff in over the 80 million units sold a year. And while Wellvii won't be able to do that all ourselves, our acquirer will, we can certainly make even a little penetration generates very significant revenue. We all know that the arm cuff has been the standard. The wrist cuff has been around for a while. It's never gotten traction because the bone's in the way. Block the blood flow in the wrist so you don't get an accurate result. Finger sensor technology from the tip of the finger using light emitters or from the wrist have to be calibrated every 24 hours to a device like this. Non-touch camera technology has never shown any efficacy. Our technology that you see here comes in two configurations, the BP Go and the BP Go Pro. The BP Go is the Bluetooth version aimed at consumers, targeting just under $100 and with a very good margin, and the remote monitoring version with the cellular connectivity and the GPS for anti-theft, just over $100 with a SaaS fee. And again, the key advantages over the arm cuff are easy setup, one size fits all, painless and portable. We have key customer validation. Amazon Health One Medical has written a report stating it's the only device that can replace the arm cuff from an accuracy standpoint. We have a 10-unit pilot going on and a pilot that will be going on in the home. American Association of Retired People has validated and tested the devices. It's invested in Wellvii, and we're going to have access to their 40 million members through a marketing campaign when we launch to the consumer in early next year. Khachaturian MST, we have a term sheet with them and a due diligence report. Samsung Health, we have a partnership, so our data integrates into the Samsung Health SDK. And we have global manufacturing partner in Jabil Circuits. And we have a 1 million unit commitment from the government, backed by the government of Vietnam for hypertension monitoring in Ho Chi Minh City. So that's going to be 50,000 units for 2026, ramping up to 250,000 a year thereafter. A lot of people ask me, what's your competition? The Apple Watch does blood pressure. No, it does not. The Apple Watch measures the blood flow in your finger, in your wrist, and then it tells you need to measure your blood pressure with a cuff like this that's FDA cleared. Whoop even tried it, got a slap on the wrist, an Actia cuffless. Basically, you have to calibrate it for 24 hours, like I said before. So they don't replace my device, it's more complementary. Our technology that you see here and on our website is patented, covered by over 60 patents, strong patent position in the United States and growing internationally. We have an ongoing freedom to operate. So any company that acquires us gets approximately 16 years of exclusivity if the acquisition was next year. Our market opportunity is very, very significant. And this again would be for our acquirer, but there's 120 million people in the US with hypertension, 100 million people in Europe. We're just with the small, sales volume that we have, not the small, I should say, but the limited work we've done on B2B, you can see our revenue projections based on orders from Vietnam and other customers in our pipeline. So very significant revenue with very good EBITDA and EBITDA multiples for MedTech. Our team is extremely strong. Neil O'Leary, our chairman of the board, has operated businesses with $7 billion plus in revenue. He has 2 exits of $500 million plus. I had my first exit at MIT, a 7-figure exit in 2009 when I sold some MRI tech. I got my PhD in physics from MIT. I worked at General Electric. I've gotten 6 devices through the FDA, including imaging systems and such. Our CFO is very strong operationally, and we have a great board of advisors, and even Dr. Stephen Klasko and Uwe Deigel, which will help us in mergers and acquisitions. Our term sheet is a famous Howard Lubert term sheet. We've had $12.8 million invested before that. We've executed a term sheet for $3 million raise at $25 million valuation. We've actually raised 1.3 so far. So about 200,000 has come in the last week, just over that. So we have about 1.5 million left. The device here, the algorithm is already cleared, but this device will be be getting cleared in June because of the cybersecurity, because of the cellular chip. Key milestones for this year are to build the 5,000 units in July, support our key pilots and the Vietnam customer, and then prep for exit in the latter part of this year, middle 2027. We have some key acquisition targets in the glucose monitoring space, EKG, arm cuff players, our remote patient monitoring companies, and you can see some of the comparable deal sizes that we have. This is the use of funds. Basically, large majority of it's going to the BP Go, some of it to hire some biz dev people, support our regulatory projects and such, and then also limited B2B marketing. So in summary, $3 million gets us to exit. We've got 4 types of acquirers, a 1 million unit commitment from Vietnam, a gargantuan market with novel patented technology, and a really strong team. Thank you very much.